It's week 4 of the National Football League, and if it's in the...
Both teams sitting at 1-2 coming into this one. Somebody's going to get back to 500 here in week 4 as away we go. Johnson now on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
Kate, he's had some time to work past their last game, and he needed every second of it. A 4-interception game isn't easy for anybody to move on from, even for the shortest of memories. He's got to get his head right this week. This team needs him to deliver.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackled on the play by Puna Ford. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll motion him out of the backfield. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First down, a run with Barkley. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. Through the middle, finding Collins. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down. Herbert now, blitz coming. Has him on the quick hitter. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Barkley has the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers finish up an excellent opening series. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone, getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
So they tag him for roughing the kicker, and now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
He's got a man left. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. The end result there, 15 yards and a first. They motion a receiver left. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Buccaneers territory. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 48. Near the sideline, Waddle's got it. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets this forward to the 19. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's contained at the line for no gain. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. Decent gain here, but short of the first. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They kick the running back in motion. Hurts with it on 3rd and short. This one's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Hurts throwing again. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that makes it 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He brings it in. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles start off well to tie things 7-7. The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. Returning from the 18-yard line. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch a breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
Well, it was bad enough that the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, you really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Herbert from the gun. This is complete. Jalen Tolbert. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. They're set up at the 35 now. Sending the tight end in motion left. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Play action now for Herbert. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal. Working inside the red zone. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down. Now Herbert again. Has it down close.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third and goal. Here's Herbert. And he hauls it in for the Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers break the tie here in the first. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great. Set. No touch.
First run of the game for J.K. Dobbins. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. New set of downs for him at the 38. And he's able to drive up past the 40. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They run the counter with Dobbins. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 3-yard pickup on that run, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. Neither side. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking down a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down throwing for Hurts. Brushes him off with ease. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Brought down by Charles Omenihu on the play. Reed will go in motion right. From the 26 on 2nd down. Completed to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's a game of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. He's on the and he'll go down. The Bucs brought pressure and got him. Out comes the field goal unit. The Eagles trying for 3. From the right hash, about 45 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The return starts at the 18. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They've got first down from the 31. Shotgun snap to Herbert. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Running back sent in motion. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. They go to Barkley again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now on 4th down, A.J. Cole headed out to handle the punt. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Complete out to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hand off to the back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Eagles are in punt formation. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. Fires right away, but incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Here's Herbert. Connects with Wiley. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Jacoby Dean in on the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Herbert to throw once more. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. It's Herbert once more. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. Herbert throwing again. Wiley hauls it in. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Herbert from the gun. This throw is caught. And he's going to be just inside the 10 before he goes out. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. The Buccaneers pushing for a bigger lead before halftime. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Barkley. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers grow their lead just before halftime. Justin Herbert with the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Buccaneers drive their lead to 11. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The Eagles taking over now late in the 1st half. And down a couple of scores, Brock. They probably try to get this into field goal range to trim that lead before halftime. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They kick the running back in motion. Here's 2nd and 14. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. On 1st down, Hurts. Short pass brought in. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Cole Holcomb there on the stop. Hurts throwing again. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. He'll throw it. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know.
And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our 1st half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the 3rd quarter underway. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Hurts now from the gun. On target to Waddle. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Making the stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. 2nd down now, 7 to go.
At the 37-yard line.
From the pistol, Hurts. He's got a man left. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Finds his man, Waddle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Underneath it goes, catch made by the running back. And they get this down to the 28. They'll come up 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Cut out left. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, here's Hurts. He brings it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Putting the tight end in motion. Running for the marker on 2nd. It's a gain of 1 big yard, Brock, because that sets him up with 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he has it in the end zone. Touched it. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this. Those points safe on the scoreboard. The touchdown upheld upon review.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackled on the play by Puna Ford. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's on the move. He's running with it. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. To throw, Herbert. Pass caught by Adunze. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 2nd and 3 now. They send a tight end in motion. From the 41. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they get this down to the 28. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Completed over the middle. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. Herbert throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Herbert on 1st down. Pass complete to Wiley. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy.
And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Tucker now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also, he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Throwing here, Hurts. Dumps it off to his running back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Hauled in by Waddle. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
He has the first over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hurts throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
On 1st down, Hurts bails out of the pocket quick. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Short side option here. He's running left. And they take him down right along the 30.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage. But I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the 1st down. If anything, they...
1st and 10 now from the 30. They kick the running back in motion. From the pistol, Hurts escapes the pocket. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run. 2nd and 3 now. They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 3. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on 1st, and then we go backwards on 2nd. Kate, I guess we got a quality rubber match right here on 3rd down.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Hurts now from the gun. Finds his man, Waddle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Running back sent in motion left. Working inside the red zone. He can run it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Hurts setting up to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Option play now. He's headed right. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Eagles make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one doesn't make the landing zone, so this drive's going to start at the 40.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And this drive is going to have some great starting field position as a result of that short kick. 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He fires one deep down. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. It is caught left side. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. Trying again, following the set. Short pass brought in. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Has his man, it's Odunze. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do it through the offseason, you do it through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And now their lead will push out beyond the field goal.
So after that make, a field goal won't cost them a lead, but a touchdown still ties it, or likely probably puts them down a point. Okay, this is one of those moments where the defense now has clarity. They know what the stakes are and what they have to defend.
This return makes it up to the 25. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They motion Waddle over left. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Takes off right out of the read option. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punt team on the field. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers are being led back out on offense by Justin Herbert here. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. 1st and 10, Herbert. That one's complete over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still first down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. They bring the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Completed over the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3. Herbert from the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Now a pause to attend to an injured player, and this is a worrying sight. It is Saquon Barkley who was hurt on the play. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 38. Riley hauls it in. And they take him down right along the 30. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Herbert to throw. Pass caught by Adunze. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. One of the tight ends motioning left. And they'll let the clock run all the way down and expire.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. He sent a man in motion. Looking to throw. Complete out to the right side. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Buccaneers leading by 6. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Looking to throw. Completed to Collins. And he gets this forward to the 19. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They give it to him again. And he's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers go up by 12 in the 4th. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
Well, maybe some second guessing of that play after the miss. I think it was just an instant of the defense guessing the call correctly and right on the spot.
The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They motion Waddle over left. On 1st down, Hurts finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. Finds his man, Waddle. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Hurts throwing again. Oh, he loses the football. And the Buccaneers scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Buccaneers and Rome Odunze headed back out on offense. And this one just a formality till the clock runs out. It's only one timeout. So we have a pause here inside 2 minutes. All reviews come from the booth. And they want to take one more look. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. He brings it in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And he hits the end zone. Touchdown! I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chance for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback's stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying the time for that play that led to the score.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles trim the deficit down to 5. As we approach the final half-minute of play, their comeback hopes resting on recovering this kick. And the Bucs are able to get to this kick, and now they're just a few moments from victory.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The Buccaneers ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. It's victory formation the rest of the way for these Buccaneers, who take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers. And just a week after being soundly defeated, they're back out there playing a much better brand of football. Short memories prevail, Brock, as they move past that loss and get back to some winning football. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Buccaneers winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.